Nancy, hi.
I saw something very strange near the tomb.
You did?
What is this? What is Jamila actually up to? One of these was used to puncture the water tank. Have you heard of the Daughters of Nefertari?
Yes, but I'm surprised that you have.
What do you mean?
It's lore, and not popular lore at that. Where'd you hear about it?
It was mentioned in an old journal I found.
This is amazing. We're on the right track. We must be. I'm going to get there as soon as I can.
You still didn't answer my question.
Oh, right. Sorry. Supposedly, they're searching for Nefertari, too. But that's all I know. I wasn't even sure if they were real.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Nancy.
Goodbye.
Later. Nancy, hello.
What do you know about Lily?
Not much. She's with Abdullah's team. It's just strange that she's out there.
Why?
I never say a critical word about a student, but the archaeology community is small. People talk. I guess all I'm going to say is, it's surprising Abdullah put her on his team.
You can't just leave it at that. The curiosity center of my brain is going to go into full meltdown.
I can't, Nancy. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to talk about it.
How real is the black market?
For trafficking antiquities, very real.
Do you think there's a chance that someone here is involved in the black market?
There's no reason to think that.
Yes, there is.
Those men they're dangerous. If they are involved, I don't even want to think about it.
Are you familiar with the Anunnaki?
Oh, please, not you too.
No, Jamila. She's got a lot to say on the topic.
Good. I'm not saying there isn't alien life, but why insist that aliens built the pyramids? Humans have made a mess of so many things. Just let us keep that check mark in the victory column.
Do you have any connections on the black market?
Of course not.
I didn't mean to offend. I just wish we could find out if they're interested in this site. If they are, all of the accidents would make more sense. Dylan said guides often make their own credentials. Is that true?
No.
Oh, that lying liar. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind.
Nancy, don't. Be cautious. You're in the desert. Don't put anyone in a position where they feel like there's no other choice but to make you disappear.
Dylan wouldn't do that.
You want to bet your life on that? When people feel like they can get away with anything, they change.
I'll catch you later.
Talk to you later.
Have you heard of Abdullah?
Yes, I have. He is December on my Men of Archaeology calendar.
You're kidding me. Does that exist?
It existed the second I made it. Is he there with you?
Yes. He seems full of himself.
He is. Oh, I am not an advocate of pulpy romance novels, but if I were, I'd call that an archable trait. In Chapter 1, he'd swagger into the excavation site, a picture of a rascal with his dusty leather jacket and decidedly European haircut. His cocky ne'er-do-well smirk displaying his perfectly white teeth, but by the end he'd be sweetly holding flowers and saying, "Professor Hotchkiss, I'm dying to discuss your latest publication." A colleague of mine has guilted me into editing her latest romance novel, and I must confess I cannot wait until the project is completed. Reading page after page is absolutely wreaking havoc on my metaphors. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I no longer know.
Abdullah, that's what. He's a cold-blooded hotshot with only one setting: success. Oh, sorry, I've also been helping my nephew break into the movie trailer business. Oh, Hotchkiss, why must you always burn the candle at both ends? He's a good archaeologist who knows Egypt inside and out. He could teach you a thing or two, just don't pick up the attitude.
Do you believe the Anunnaki exist?
You may as well be asking me if I believe Brian Abernathy Fultonbright exists. I don't know, and further I could only guess.
Is that a name you just made up?
Yes. Now, given the fact that there are 7+ billion people on Earth, it stands to reason that he may be a real person. And if we apply the Drake equation, we will find the astronomical, no wordplay intended, dear, number of habitable planets in the universe. It is possible that the Anunnaki may exist. But since the evidence is shaky at best, I am much more interested in the here and now.
Same here. You said the evidence of the Anunnaki is shaky. What evidence is there?
Some say if you look at the hieroglyphs, you'll see some of the figures holding flashlights.
Okay, that's strange.
Well, not exactly. It's easy to see what you want to see. Seeing the tombs always made me feel quite simply famished. As the long days would pass, the murals would become quite simply delicious. Osiris would be holding the most wonderful caramel flans. Reeds would be chicken wings, and Cypher for twisted flax would transmogrify into warm, straight out of the oven, garlic knots right before my eyes. My point is that you can see what you want to see. And what I want to see is that takeout menu for the Spicetown Speakeasy. I may have to put you on hold, dear. Just a moment.
I'm still on.
Hotchkiss here. I'd like baguette stuffed with mushroom and sautéed asparagus, and a beef jerky salad with caramel vinaigrette.
That can't be a real food item.
Is that still you, Norma?
Nancy?
Is this your first day at Spicetown? I'm Hotchkiss. We'll be talking to each other quite often. Would you kindly summarize your personality for me, for efficiency's sake?
No, it's Nancy Drew. Still on the line, still in Egypt.
Oh, drat and drat. Well, perhaps I'll just be dull and prepare myself a curried waffle sandwich.
I'll let you go.
Can you gather some information for me?
Maybe later.
Goodbye.
Nancy, hi.
Who are the daughters of Nefertari?
What are you talking about?
You're one of them, aren't you?
There's no such thing.
That symbol on your back. It's how the group identified itself.
Watch yourself, Nancy.
Why don't you just tell me? I'm gonna figure it out anyway. Shh.
You are lucky you are dealing with me and not my mother.
Okay, why?
Because only the daughters of Nefertari can know our mission and live.
Your mother was a member?
Every firstborn daughter leading back to the 19th dynasty has been a servant of Ramses II.
First you say you're here for the Anunnaki. Now you want me to believe this?
I could not care less what you believe. I only care that you stay out of my way.
Why? What are you going to do?
When we find her, I'm going to see that she's returned to Ramses' side, to her rightful throne. You have two choices now. You'll be one of us, or you will force my hand to do something I don't want to do.
What are you implying?
All I want, Nancy, is to return her to where she belongs.
You're here because of Abdullah, aren't you?
In part. I don't like him.
Why?
Because he's on the take, and he stages.
Stages?
He dumps things he has into a site to make it more exciting.
That's a big accusation.
I have more proof than I need.
You really seem to hate Abdullah. Why?
Egypt is not for sale, not anymore. The land has been plagued by men like him, but they're tearing out the soul of this country out of greed, and they do not care what they lose along the way.
I need to know right now why you're here. I have the authority to have you removed unless you tell me immediately.
You do not.
You want to try me?
Fine, Nancy. I'm here to see that Nefertari is returned to where she belongs.
Why?
Because it is my destiny to do this, or to die trying. There is very old magic at work here, and I do not care what you believe. It is true. Ramses II, he knew the temples would be plundered by men like Abdullah. He knew the land would suffer tyrants, that she would be at risk. He had to know that his greatest love would survive all of this. He had her hidden and called upon our bloodline. Every daughter in my family must seek Nefertari, and only when the time is right will we be able to find her.
Then what?
Then she's returned to her rightful place, and we are relieved of our duty. When I was young, my mother died. I was told she'd been in an automobile accident.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
When I came of age, a letter came. My mother wrote it before I was born. She knew the search for Nefertari would probably kill her, that she was bound by fate, as am I. One day, I will have a daughter, and she will never receive such a letter. The search ends with me, not Abdullah.
Do you really believe all of that?
Yes.
But why the fake aliens?
Abdullah told the press he thinks alien followers are stupid. Stupid people are no threat to him.
So you hid in plain sight?
Exactly. Here, take this.
This is from Lily, isn't it?
Yes.
These numbers should help. Let's see if I can open it now. What? Why would Lily have this? Lily up to? I'd better take shelter in the tomb. This storm is intense. If I combine what Lily said with John's notes, I should be able to figure this out. for Tari. It's gotta be.
And just what do you think you're doing?
Lily? Lily? Is that you? What are you doing? Were you following me? This whole thing with the curse, it was you.
No, it wasn't.
Dylan is in the hospital because of you.
It wasn't supposed to happen. I just wanted him to leave.
Why?
I can't say. I'm not going to say.
What do you mean you can't say? Is someone helping you?
Even if I wanted to tell you, there's nothing you could do.
Lily, look out! Lily?
I'm still in here.
Lily?
I'm fine.
Nancy, what's the matter? What happened?
It's Lily. She's been caught in a cave-in. We need to get her help.
This is no accident. Abdullah did this, didn't he?
I don't know. I need to go get her help. But I don't want to leave her here with him.
Let me help her. If Abdullah comes back, I'm ready for him. Take this signal box, go above, and call for help. I'll take care of Lily.
A key? Is there a second exit?
Yes.
I can't just leave Lily.
And you can't help her by staying. Go, call for help. If you see Abdullah, run.
Stuck! Oh, there must be a way I can make it to that door. I need to find the correct head.
Nancy, why do you look so frightened?
The curse! It was you!
Good. For once, I do not have to explain myself to you. Unless, of course, you can't figure out what happens now.
You won't get away with this!
No, I will get away. You will not. You should consider yourself lucky. You will have a beautiful tomb for all eternity.
You'll have to catch me first. The stones come up from the floor when the colors match. More platforms. If I can create a path through the other side fast enough, I'll be able to escape.
You will not get away!
I better not make any mistakes.
will not get away!
I better not make any mistakes.
Leaving so soon?
That's that. Now come on, Nancy. I'm dying to see Nefertari.
Dear Hannah, the police eventually arrived and arrested Abdullah. John suspects when his case goes to trial, we'll be learning a lot more about Abdullah's crimes against archaeology. If you ask me, ancient and modern Egypt will be much better without him. Lily was rescued from the tomb unharmed. She was initially taken into custody, but was released once Abdullah claimed full responsibility for everything that went wrong at the dig. I guess he really did believe she deserved a second chance. From what I hear, Lily is currently studying paleontology. I imagine she'll be happier in a career that doesn't involve daily contact with mummies. Dylan has nearly recovered and will soon be resuming his tours of ancient Egypt. Hopefully he's had enough of the black market. Maybe I'll check in on one of his tours to see how he's doing. Jamila was wary when John returned to the site, but the two of them soon hit it off. John has promised to have Nefertari return to her rightful place beside Ramses II, and Jamila has been brought on to assist with the entire process. Jamila dropped her alien act and soon proved herself to be a skilled Egyptologist. I wouldn't be surprised if she and John end up working together for some time to come. Professor Hotchkiss has decided to revise her book to include our discovery of Nefertari's true tomb. I'm looking forward to reading it, just as much as I'm looking forward to her taking me off speed dial. As for me, I'm happy to have had an adventure and delighted to be headed home. There's nothing like the end of a mystery when all of the pieces fit together and everything is... And I just remembered I forgot to let the cobra go. Well, I'd better go take care of that. Guess I'll be getting home a little later than anticipated. Here's hoping that releasing an angry cobra isn't as much of a bad idea as it sounds. Love, Nancy.